Hello everyone, Jeremy Hansen here, and today is March 17th, 2023, and it's been a little while since my last update, so I kind of want to give you guys an update to what's been going on. So last year we had a nice wet May, and then after May we just had no rain, and it got really hot. And so I always try to save the orchard. I always give them the most water, and so I gave them water, and I kind of neglected my apple trees a little bit. And the thing I've noticed is when trees are strong, they typically don't have any issue with pests or bugs or anything like that. But when they're weak, they tend to have issues. And so I guess what happened was I had these tree borers come in here, and you can kind of see the bark down there. They just came in here and they just pretty much demolished my apple trees. I mean, you see how big this guy is. I mean, these guys have been in the ground for 10 years. I lost both my Annas. I lost both my Einsteimers. It looks like I lost my Fuji too. I thought it was fire blight because, see right here. I was cutting them off as they died back because I thought it was fire blight. And you see right there is where apparently I killed a boar. And I thought it was fire blight, and then eventually I started realizing it was tree borers. I don't know if there's much I could have done at that point in time, but I basically, once I discovered that though, I was able to find 8 different borers inside these trees. And I guess what I did was I just put pressure on the branch, and it would break right there where the bore was. And so I moved a total of, I think, 8 tree borers out. They got to my red Fuji right here. You can see on that, I cut off the main stem. I still had this I can grow off. And then my Molly's Delicious, my favorite one here. Once again, I lost the majority of the tree, but I still have like one little branch right here I can graft to other trees. But I did get some replacements. My wife got these for me. This one is Honeycrisp. I've heard they don't do so well in this area, but we'll see how this one does. I do like the Honeycrisp apple. I've always wanted to grow a tree, so I'm interested to see how it does. I have not cut this one back yet because, as you guys know, I'll probably cut it right here. Show you where that is. There's the ground. There's that. I'll probably cut it right here to give it a nice little start. And then I also have a few others here. This one is the Anna. So I got another Anna to replace the 2 I lost. And then I got a golden Dorset, which is supposed to go really well with Anna. And then I got a Roman red, I think. I've not heard of this apple tree, but I'm interested in trying it. And then right here is my ghost apple. I lost a little bit on it, but it still has a decent amount of growth on it. These are my mulberry trees. And you see how productive these things are. The problem with the mulberries is the fruit will ripen and they'll fall to the ground. You can see we have some green ones on the ground here. They'll fall to the ground and they'll sprout a tree. And then you have a lot of little mulberry trees, and you don't know whether they're males or females or commons. I know the males are like illegal over there in Arizona, but they sprout, and so I have a lot of mulberry trees. I have them sprouting in all my a bunch of fig pots, and I'll show you one here in a minute. This is a fig right here, and see, we haven't had a lot of heat right now, so the leaves just in general are pretty thin. So whenever we do get a nice heat spike, these leaves will wilt, and as it cools off, they'll spring back up, just so they build a little bit more tolerance to heat. Here's another mulberry. Let me take you to that other one real quick. It's right over here. And actually, I planted a Golden Riverside fig right here. And it would just happen to be in the pot that the Golden Riverside was in. But the Golden Riverside didn't make it. And it looks like I have, if I can get it in the screen here, a mulberry right there. And then one over here. So this one may be a common. So if that's the case, I can graft it onto some of these others that are so far haven't fruited yet. So I don't know if they're male, female, or what they are. Because I mean, these things are pretty hard to take down once they. You can You see right here, this guy tried to take him down a few times, but he's very productive there, I'll say. Let me take you guys out to the orchard real quick. I'm standing right back over here by the cherries. And this is my vans right here. It's just kind of coming out. And that's where my Craig Crimson was. That's where my Utah Giant was. It seems like the boars prefer the cherry and applewood. I guess the same wood people like for smoking. So they must have a different flavor to them. But I have not really had much luck with the fruiting of these. The Mini Royal or Royally. I've heard of this guy I know, he's over there in San Marcos. He does have some luck with them, but he says about 8 per year. It just doesn't overlap very well in this area, is what I'm guessing. Here's the orchard itself. You can see this side has actually gotten a lot bigger than it used to be. And one thing I've kind of given up on, it looks like, is my Flavorosa. I've got a few in here. I might try to graft other things onto it starting next year, because it's been a few years and I have not got any fruit off that one. Because the problem with them is they come out just a little bit too early. I haven't found anything that comes out early enough to cross with it. One year I got a Methley, and I was able to take it from Home Depot because it's in flower, so I put it next to the Flavorosa. The Flavorosa's had tons of fruit, but then we got a late freeze, and I lost everything. And then those two never overlapped after that. This right here is a Burgundy, and the Burgundy is very productive. So I'll probably have, because I got quite a few Burgundies, I'll probably have a ton of Burgundies. Because you can see a little bit of fruit set on this one. There's a decent sized one right there. And this one has a lot of fruit on it. But I want to show you guys the Chickasaw. Because the Chickasaw, they gave it to me and they told me, they said, hey, this one will come out early and it'll cross with your Flavorosa. So like, sure, I'll try it. But the problem over here is that early for us is different than other people's early. You know, our zones are not quite the same as other people's zones, so they may overlap for other areas, but not necessarily for ours. The Candy Heart's also another one that is not very well suited for this area as far as I can tell. This is a Chickasaw plum. People say it has the natural kind of Chickasaw taste. They say Chickasaw taste. And I don't exactly know what that is, but I can tell you for that one, it's very tart. It's got a very tart skin, and the inside is very sweet. It's a good flavor, I think. So I guess kind of tart sweet flavor. Tangy, I guess you could say. Here's the, I planted these little trees right here. These are seeds from the other trees, so seeds I got from the fruit. Basically, I stratified them, cold stratification, and then sprouted them, put them in a pot, let them grow for a little bit, and then planted them. I just planted this guy, but I didn't water him in. I didn't really compact the dirt. I thought he'd be okay. And he took a little bit of a hit, but he'll be fine. I still need to plant one more right here. So I'll see what I have. And the peaches are coming out right now. This one is the Sugar May. And it looks like I got at least a double right there. At the very least, maybe some over here. And this is Sam Houston. Not my favorite peach, but looks like I'll have some on it. So if I was to do like, oh, here's another one. This is the June Gold, and that one has quite a few on it, it looks like. If I was to can a peach, it would definitely be the Sam Houston, because I do not like eating that one fresh. This is my Florida King. And I'd say this is always the one that produces more peaches. Honestly, this year, it looks like the one that has the sweeter peaches probably has just as many as this one. And honestly, it looks like it's going to be a really good year for peaches, for me at least. You see right there, this is the one that does the sweeter peaches, and it has a ton of fruit on it. This guy right here, very impressive. Flavor King. And he is, both these two are Flavor Kings, and they have quite a few on them, if I can show you like a good one. Yeah, so you see right there all those little nodes. Very impressive. So Flavor King in this area, it ripens around August. Let me see all the fruit on there as I go by. August is what they say, but over here it ripens July. I say mid-July. Oh, I'm stuck here. Let me show you. Right there. Mid-July. And they're pretty productive. The problem you have to worry about is mid-July, oftentimes when you have trouble with the pests tend to come in June, July. This Flavor King peach, it's gonna ripen and won't have any trouble with the pests. I should be able to get the peaches off there just fine. But the later peaches, those ones I may have trouble with. Wasp or codling moths or just whatever, you know, especially if it's a cooler, wetter summer, then the codling moths seem to be a problem. But like last year, it was dry, it was hot, I didn't have any issues with them. But I had other pests such as the tree borers I had to deal with. These guys right here are some A&M peaches and nectarines I'll show you guys, and they are, I mean, I've not been that kind to these guys. This is a third year. And I know people say they're supposed to be third year. Oh, here's what I was trying to show you guys right there. People say, you know, third year for fruit. And yeah, I understand. But some are more productive than others. Like the burgundies are second year. You can get quite a big crop on them. And even the geoprides. See, this guy has tons of fruit on him though. And I mean, look at this. This is tons of fruit. And I wasn't even paying that close attention to this guy. And here's this one next to it right here. Another A&M peach, or nectarine, I should say. And just a lot on these guys. So that is very impressive. This guy, I mean, just a ton on him. Here, I'll take you over here and just. So it looks like, you see in the back there too, looks like I'll have tons of nectarines this year. And for the problem I have with the other nectarines is they tend to come out a little bit later, because you can see they're like flowering right now. The nectarines are just coming out and all the wildflowers are out right now. So the bees really aren't going to travel over here to pollinate them. This guy right here, he's got a couple on him. More vigorous, less fruit on this guy, I would say, but still, I mean, nectarines are kind of hard because, like I said, those other ones are already out. So nectarines, I don't really have much production with them here in Texas as much as other people, I guess. But these ones, I would say A&M did do pretty good with this. These are, I mean, look at this. This is, I can show you like a good, look at all those. And then right here in the back, this guy is just tons of peaches on him. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy. So it looks like it's gonna be a very good year for peaches for me. And then the other guy I'd like to show y'all is the geopride, because he's consistent. He's good. I mean, I don't know what to say about him. Really big piece of fruit, really nice flavor, and just consistent. I mean, just look at this. So between this one and the Flavor King, this guy has less problems because he ripens earlier. Not that much earlier than the Flavor Grenade, but he is he's very productive. If I can show y'all guys any of these. I mean, they're all over the place over here. Let me see if I can show you right there. You see them in there. Even right here. Let me just see if the Florida King has any on him. I mean, not the Florida King, but the Flavor King. Oh, who's this guy? This is, oh, Dapple Dandy. There's potential right here, but he does have at least one right over here. We can zoom in or zoom out right there. It's right here. And there's one up there too. So he's a little bit later. I do have trouble getting him to ripen. And let me see here. You can see right here, I still have some in flower. And one thing I have noticed, I think I mentioned this in another video. This area right here that I'm in right now, most of these are on citation. Citation does induce earlier fruiting, but one thing I have noticed is they flower earlier than the ones over there on my row. The ones on my row are starting to flower now, like the geoprides, whereas that one I just showed you already has fruit on it. The ones over there in that area, they're still flowering right now. So they'll be a good cross with this one. So take, as far as ripen times, take rootstock into the consideration too. This is the king right here. And oh my goodness, he does look like he has some fruit on him. So he'll be a tough one to get to ripen though, because whenever they come in, like I said, the later, the more bug issues they have. So he'll be a tough one to ripen, so I'll have to watch out for him. But he does have some fruit on him. The interesting thing about that one is they're kind of like the flavor behind the Flavor King. It's like an overripe banana. Oh, here we go. This one's a donut peach. And this one's really good. And it looks like I have a few on this one. That's exciting. At least 3, 4. 2 of those are double though. Yeah, I'll say at least 2 this year. And then here is the burgundy. A little bit of fruit on this one. Not as much as I thought, but I think I said earlier, there was a kind of a cold snap right as he came into flower, so the Flavor Rosa couldn't cross with him for this year. So he was kind of hampered by that, because I was told when the buds break, you only have 24 hours before the pollination, or to pollinate them. That's just what I've heard. I think I saw it online, Google or whatever. This one is the, kind of sad. This guy's very consistent for me, but this is the Spring Satin Plum Cot. And he's a good piece of fruit. I like to have, oh, he's got a few on him. I like to have this one ripen. He's very early. Don't really have any issues with the bugs. He's consistent. I mean, I just want to like, so it looks like I will have a decent, I say peaches. That's awesome, because I haven't had a whole lot of peaches. I mean, it's mainly been my Florida King and my Sugar May. And the Sugar May is not that productive, so it's looking like a good start for me so far. I'll try to keep you guys posted more often. You can see the orchard behind me here. I do thank you guys for watching. Until next time.